Governments around the world every day do military testing. They do military testing with vehicles, they do military testing with weapons, they do military testing with things we've never even heard of. So is it honestly out of the question for us to assemble an army of amplified, armed mobility platforms and go visit some tribal people and show them what we can do? Is it really so wrong of us to do that? Welcome to Manifest Destiny, episode 22. And yes, the plan today is to start testing all of our weapons out and everything. I want to go around and I want to quote-unquote liberate some friendly tribal people locally. We have a hunting work site, we have an actual faction over here, and a couple of other factions just sort of sitting in our local area. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't appreciate them. They're encroaching on our land and they need to be taught American freedom. At the moment, we are researching ourselves the lovely combat vehicles, and we can build ourselves a couple of tanks and things, and we're going to be able to experiment with those as well, because in order for us to go to war with the Empire and be successful, we need to know our weapons work, and we need to know how they work, and whether or not we are lacking resources and materials or not. So the plan ultimately, get weapons, get vehicles, get to testing, and potentially bring back some lovely tribal friends. So if you enjoy any of today's episode, or are excited to see whether or not Prissy makes it out of bed, and actually see how long it takes her to walk just for a few minutes, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it. Let's get into things, and I think the first thing we're going to do is work out how we can take the armed amplified mobility platforms and go to the hunting work sites and see how actually powerful they are. They're not all currently fully fueled yet, so I'm going to get sorted on that first, and we'll see how it goes. Combat vehicles have been completed. Bloody lovely. Now, we can make ourselves some fantastic vehicles. Hymax V1. Oh my god, it's Gundam. What? So, it looks like it's basically, if the game will let me, it's one of these, but from a different mod, basically. So, I'm going to bash down one of those. We're going to see how good it is. Do I get the one with the Gao? No, because it's 800 plasteel. Holy mother of Jesus. We also have access to a Bulldog, which I think is just, yeah, as it says there, a general main battle tank. One driver, one gunner. Let's bash down a couple of those for obvious reasons. We also have access to a Tango as well, which is armored personnel carrier. Could be useful. 4 passengers, 1 driver, 1 gunner. Could be nice for getting people around the map as well. Or we can use a Widsent and use that as our general all-purpose troop carrier. That also sounds fantastic. Now, there's a lot of resources, funnily enough. Hopefully, we can get it all in time and everything. I think I'll probably send out somebody in the mule to go on some trading missions to see if we can get some extra stuff as well, and go from there. Perfect. So all the people designed to go into the exoskeletons have hopped in. Now, obviously, we have one person that is not quite the same as the rest with Mavis. Mavis is an absolute monster, I cannot lie. She's even got herself an exoskeleton fitted to her, so it's like exoskeleton inception here. She's wearing an exoskeleton whilst wearing an exoskeleton. You absolutely love to see it. I've worked out as well that in order for us to leave the map wearing the exoskeletons, we have to leave wearing them, basically. So what we're going to do is going to send the squad and go on a little quest, I think, to go to the hunting work site here. 13 people. That's a good start for us, and see how it goes. And just to prove how much of a monster Mavis is, Mavis, 55-year-old female, you know, she's a giant and everything. She can carry 6,856 kilos. She's just too good. She's just too good. And I've just looked in the prison, and there's a duck egg unfertilized in the prison. An unfertilized duck egg, it can be eaten raw, but it's much, much better cooked. Obviously, right. There are no ducks on the map. We only have Gaga, who is just a normal human, you know, classic bloke. And we have Poopy. Poopy has a pale duck egg layer. Poopy can now lay eggs. Don't ask, don't tell. It's rather embarrassing. We have an invisible egg-laying creature with udders. Oh, God. Ugh. Oh, that makes me feel dirty. Can somebody please come and, like, dispose of this egg, please? And we are now allied with the Andawi Pact. Our friendly mutated brothers and sisters have now become one with the American way. I'm not sure what sort of pact this is going to be. I guess it's a trade pact, because I've just been sending them all of my shit and buying whatever useful resources they've got. Nice. I guess that's cool. They are Robert, Mavis, and Kyle. leaving the map. This is at 1x speed, and they are absolutely schmoving. Jesus Christ. Look at all this grass. I love its smell. Maybe we asphalt over everything whilst Mavis isn't here. Just ruin it for her. And we can tell how big Mavis is because not only is she just a big old unit, her sheer size is making the earth pulsate around her. Every step is like an earthquake. Honestly, I feel sorry for anybody else that's out in the world, honestly. This must be a bad time for them. Caravan has arrived at the hunting work site. Now, we are the ones doing the hunting here. This is what hunters look like. These up here are not. These are not hunters. They are the hunted. I feel like this is going to be pretty brutal, honestly. We're going to go search and destroy because that's how confident I am, but I do feel bad for these poor, helpless tribals. I'm not going to lie. This does not look like it's going to be fun for them. Most impressively, obviously, is going to be Robert with the chainsaw and how much power is going to be behind these singular chainsaw shots. The Gau's absolutely melting them. Gao 90 shot just destroys their lung. Robert with a chainsaw going absolutely crazy with it. Just all dying. Oh my gosh. And there they are. They are all pretty much all destroyed. Nobody took any damage at all, practically. Robert chasing them down. Look at him. That man is hungry for it. They're running away, fleeing in panic. Robert with his chainsaw. Holy moly. This is brutal. I've never witnessed something so brutal in all my life. There wasn't even a chance for them. This is American might at its best. This is what I envisaged this series to be. Holy moly. Okay, well, that was all of that dealt with. Let's bring everything home, refuel, repair, and then we'll go out again and then go deal with the actual, like, tribe people up here. Jesus. Prissy's no longer incapable of walking. What a lovely thing to see. How are you doing, Prissy? Baby Prissy Cone. How are you doing? Childlike joy, luxuriantly comfortable. I mean, you have just spent all your time in a hospital bed that's probably, like, I don't know, 10 times the size of you. Yeah, I mean, I know what I'm going to do with you, Prissy. I'm going to put you on training permanently in hopes that you become really, really good at melee one day. And Caravan has arrived back at all. Welcome back, guys. Yay! Robert has immediately fallen asleep inside of his mech suit. Maybe don't do that. Let's go park all the mech suits in one of the garages and go from there, I think. Overall, obviously, a very successful mission. Barely lost any fuel as well, which is very, very nice. Perfect, you know? That's just what we wanted to see. It's just fantastic. Unfortunately, the 2 prisoners we did bring back died on the way home, so it just ended up being that we just carried a couple of dead bodies all the way home. Not really what my people probably wanted, but... Oh, and also, we still have absolutely loads of fuel left in these. Perfect, so we just need to repair them, and we can go back out straight away, practically. And it was only the one exoskeleton frame that actually took any damage whatsoever, which is really surprising, honestly. I thought they all would have taken, collectively, a decent amount of damage. Let's let the guys actually rest and recuperate and everything. Robert is working on 0 sleep whatsoever, so I'll let him kind of rest. I mean, my man looks like he absolutely needs it. And then we'll go from there, I think. And all of our lovely, friendly Imperials are all leaving the map. Goodbye, Kay. You did a really good job at beating up that cougar. Thank you. Now, I am going to get another group of Imperial workers whilst we're going through all the tribals and, you know, testing out our machinery. I think it's only fair that we keep on the good side of the Empire. I mean, at the moment, we're -10, neutral with them. You know, there are issues with the Empire as we speak. So let's keep them somewhat on our good side. Get some more workers in and really go for getting all of these new machines and everything. I think as well that despite the UDAR being a long-term goal that we completed, I'm going to get rid of it. It's not very good. It's not very fast. It's not really a combat vehicle that suits us. I think maybe if we're playing a different playthrough in a different scenario, if everything was just different, the UDAR might be actually useful, but it's just a bit shit. But the resources that we get from it obviously be extremely useful for building all the other things as well, which everything has kind of been started, just waiting for more things to be crafted and everything. And whilst we are crafting more things, let's go on another small adventure to go talk to some more tribal people. So once again, we'll send out Robert, Mavis, Kyle again, and also Cottonwood once again. So we're going to head up north to Sejazos, I think. There's just some random tribal faction that's appeared out of nowhere. It seems like the perfect place to test our mobility platforms, which we already know are quite powerful. But who's to say that it's perfect against all different types of tribals? Maybe there's a weakness we haven't found yet. That's the excuse we're going for, honestly. And Chad Chadson, I don't believe it, is working on the very first tank already. I thought it was going to take absolutely ages to grind resources for this, but we've actually done it very quickly. Very surprisingly quickly. Does that mean we're making good progress for everything else as well? Kind of, I guess. Not really. We're a long way off for a lot of things. But already one tank is ridiculous. I'm impressed with my colonists here. This is incredible. There it is. The Bulldog has been confirmed. Look at it. American freedom in all its might. It's just so perfect. It does require 10 steel per shot, which is kind of annoying. Let's load it up with 100 steel, I'd say. That should be enough to deal with any sort of tribals. And go from there, I think. Chad Chadson is refueling it. Very nice. Hop in the whip, Chad Chadson. Our American furry president. Take it out for a spin. Let me see what it looks like. Oh! So, look at it. It's just so American. Obviously, Chad can't actually operate the turret because he's just sitting in the driver's seat. Fantastic, isn't it? It's just so good. Bring it back and come and park it in the garage, and we'll go from there. And the attack has begun on the tribals. Is this going to be a balanced and fair fight? Something tells me in Robert's heart and Mavis's toothpick, it probably isn't. How many are there? Let's just start with the obvious. How many are there? Looks like there's quite a few of them. 14 of them. Why is there a ship engine here? What? What? Why is there marine armor and plasteel? These are tribals. They should not have access to these things. Interesting. A conspiracy. They've been plotting. They've been pretending. Maybe they've been pretending to be tribal people. Maybe the Empire is funding them to try go against us and overpower us. This has to be war. This is an act of aggression against us. And there they are. We've gotten straight involved. Sneak attacked on them. Kyle going absolutely crazy with the Gout 90. Robert with the chainsaw. Mavis with her sword. Flee, Cottonwood. Cottonwood is fleeing because of the fire, and she's gotten out of her mech as a result. Oh dear. Get back in the mech, Cottonwood! And the base has been destroyed. They've been obliterated. Cottonwood is unfortunately got into a little scrap because she tried to escape from fire, but Mavis is seeing to that she is protected. Perfect. And it just makes me laugh because all I can hear is Robert. Robert's having the time of his life. He must absolutely love this. I'm not going to lie. He's a masochist in pain, and he's going around just killing a load of people. Like, this is what Robert was designed for, you know? And I guess with all this loot and everything as well, we're having a good time. I'm going to get Kyle to go through everything and see if there's anything worth taking. And there is now time to enter the main base in the middle. Look, it's all spacer stuff. These tribals were definitely hiding something. Biofuel refinery. There's batteries. This is suspicious. Very suspicious. But anyway, that is pretty much everything on the map. Let's get everything gathered up and let's get out of here and just take it all home, use all that good stuff, heal and repair, and then we're good to go. We have 2 more prisoners as well. They might make it back alive. They might not. I couldn't tell you. 1,000 steel is what we're going to be bringing back with the 75 plasteel, some gold and silver as well. This is fantastic, you know? Very, very nice. A battery as well, just for our goodwill. Loads of food and everything. This is so good. Caravan has arrived back at all. Coming back with 2 lovely, chubbly prisoners. Once again, there's not much point going through them. This one is unwaveringly loyal, however, so I am going to release you, honestly. I don't have time to think about you because we are thinking about war at this current moment. And there is going through Mavis's backpack, and she just has a ship engine sitting on her backpack, a reactionless Johnson Tanaka drive, capable of launching a ship into orbit. It's just sitting in her back pocket, you know. Only 1 kilo of weight, as you do. A lot of good stuff, though, and more resources than I know what to do with, honestly. I can't imagine we'd need any more food this entire playthrough as a result. Perfect, and there is the second Bulldog made. Wow. Like I said earlier, I didn't expect this much progress to be made this episode, but we must be absolutely going ham with all of our lovely, volunteered, outsourced Imperial workers. Nice to see. Very nice to see, in fact. Unfortunately, neither of the Bulldogs have been put any steel in. Yes, they have. Okay, we'll get steel put in this Bulldog, and then I think we take a quick journey and go to the farming worksite here with the Confederacy of Bella, who I'm not sure if I'm hostile with or not, but I know I will be after I attack them with 2 tanks, and give them a go and see if they're any good. Okay, so both tanks are now fully loaded with 100 steel each, which should be more than enough to deal with some tribal people, I'd like to think. Let's equip each Bulldog. We'll have Microsoft as one of the drivers, and Donny T as a gunner, and we'll have another Bulldog with, I think, why can we have Prissy as the driver as a tank? Well, we're going to do it. We're going to put Prissy, the child, the dwarf child, even smaller than dwarf, as the driver. And we'll put Coca-Cola as the gunner and assign those two. We can only take 200 kilos back. Not a worry. It's not really the end of the world. We'll load them up with not even any fuel or anything. I don't think we need it. And we'll head out to the Confederacy of Bella and go talk to them very nicely and show them our pretty weapons. Caravan has arrived at the farming worksite. It's neutral camp apparently, and it's the aunt of the Berserker Chief Noro. No worries whatsoever. Neutral people. They're not going to be neutral for long. Oh, no, they're not neutral. It's all red. They're not neutral. Don't worry, guys. This is fine. Let's get them to both reload. We'll have them to auto-aim and everything as well. Let's go. Perfect. We can get them to auto-aim and everything as well. Oh, yes. Bang. Absolutely brutal. Have them broadsiding the tribals. This definitely breaks 1 or 2 Geneva conventions. That is for sure. Honestly, this guy's coming at the tank with no weapon whatsoever. And we're just using a tank. I shouldn't laugh. That's absolutely brutal, but... Oh wow, this is Rimworld. This is an experience I never thought I'd ever have before. Using tanks just to blow up random tribals. This is crazy, you know. Or I can just run them over. Tribes people are fleeing. Run them over. Just teach them a lesson. Oh, this is too much. I feel bad, you know. If I could set these to search and destroy, this would be horrendous. They're running away. Bang. Oh God. I'm breaking so many rules here. 2 tanks, 1 guy. Boom. Christ. Well, I don't even need to loot up anymore at all. I don't even need to bother to check in here. It's just loads of cabbages. Simple cabbage farmers, and they were treated to the enjoyment of 2 massive tanks. There we go. I'm just going to bring them straight home so we can recharge and rest and everything and go from there, honestly. Now, next episode, we need to deal with the Empire. Where are the Empire on the map? Usually it's very obvious to see where they are, but I can't find them. There they are. So they are quite a distance away. We have to travel probably about half the distance of the planet. It's going to take quite a few days to get there. So I think I'm just going to unlimit the amount of packaged survival meals we can create and just make an absolute load more chem fuel as well to pack into the Wiscent when we get to build it. We just need a car transmission and a radiator for that, which is what we can do next episode. Today's been a fantastic episode for progress. The first time we've been able to use the American might and show how powerful they are. Robert did obviously enjoy himself way too much for no good reason, honestly. It was quite psychotic to see. And we did just do a lot of just breaches of the Geneva Convention, which is always lovely. So the plan for next episode is that it will theoretically be the finale of the series. We'll go deal with the Empire and just teach them a lesson, all right? They did things to us that, you know, we never liked. They were controlling to us. We relied on their labor, and we deserve that labor. And everybody wants to become part of the Manifest Destiny group. You know how it is. So the plan for next episode, like I said, finale. I'll get some stuff prepped for it, and we'll go from there. So if you have enjoyed today's episode and are excited to see whether or not Chad Chadson gets to finally wipe out the Empire and claim his rights as the president of the world, consider liking, subscribing, and make sure you tell your mum about it, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.